In this video, I am going to show you how I put together my first outdoor cat tree for the catio. Now, I am not an expert in building, by far an expert. Apart from tiny DIY projects, the only sizable thing I built was an indoor cat tree, but using Gorilla wood glue. So this outdoor cat tree is a first. That's actually using nails. So the idea of the cat tree was to get the cats as high as possible so that they can see above the fence in the garden while remaining in the catio. I think in total I spent just under £30, but that is because I did use/recycle some of the items I already had at home. So the tools I used was a hammer, a screwdriver, nails, plywood sheet, which luckily I already had at home from a previous DIY project. Then 2 framing timbers that were 2 by 2.4 meters long. Brackets. I did repurpose 2 IKEA brackets that I had already lying around at home just to save a little bit of money. A shelf and waterproof wood varnish, which I also luckily had a little bit lying around from varnishing the dining room table. Then Gorilla glue. So I started by cutting a little bit off of each of the 2.4 meter timbers so that they can fit vertically into the cat tree as the trunks. I then took the cut off pieces and I sawed that into smaller pieces to use as the steps. After cutting the steps, I then took the 2 long pieces of timber and I glued them together with Gorilla wood glue to create a thicker cat tree trunk. You will see later that I do put a nail through the middle just to hold everything together better. So then the next step that I took was to put the brackets onto the steps that I cut earlier. I used screws for this, and I found that hammering in the screws a little bit before screwing them in did help a lot. So here I am starting to put the steps onto the main trunk of the cat tree. I used a little bit of Gorilla glue to keep it in place first, and then I screwed it down. So there I am, as I mentioned earlier, putting in that middle screw to hold the 2 pieces better together. The final step was then to fasten the cat tree trunk with the steps onto the plywood sheet, and I did that by using brackets. Then all that was left to do was to varnish. However, from my experience and tip for my next project, probably best to varnish the pieces first and then screw them together. I was impatient and did not have any animal-free zones where I could varnish and leave the wood undisturbed. So I ended up making a little bit of a mess, just trying to get all the corners. The cats did not use it at first, and honestly I was not going to do this video anymore because I thought it was a complete fail. But then eventually I found both cats sitting on top, trying to look over the fence in the garden. I would like to put a tarp on top in the future just to protect the wood a little bit more from the water and put some plants at the base of it. Instead of the concrete bags to hold it even steadier. There are probably better ways to put an outdoor cat tree together. I am open to any suggestions for the next one because I would love to make a series and give them all sorts of steps and ladders and stuff to climb. But for now, thank you for watching this video. I hope if it was somewhat helpful, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos, please subscribe. Thank you!